Hello guys and welcome to this Let's Build of the Botania temple in my compound. I am playing on the carbonated gaming server where you can also join, the links are in the description. Okay, so I guess I'll start off this build by talking about what I want to build in the first place. This is gonna be the place where I will basically have my Botania set up. I'm aiming it so it will look a lot like sort of those majestic temples you see in movies or the temples built by the ancient Greeks. Also, it is intended to have a lot of gardens, simply due to the fact that, well, you know, Botania requires a lot of flowers and flora to function. So mainly I'm gonna be using living rock for this. The living rock looks very marbly, but I'm gonna be using marble to create a more contrast in the build, like for the pillars. So I'm planning on using different types of marble to lay out the patterns I need, and then I simply fill in the marble framing, so to speak, with living rock. Which, by the way, is taking a long time, so if you see me going and constantly making more, it's because it takes a hell of a long time to make. Yeah, so you see that the garden that I have built in front, that's where I will be making the Kekimuras to power everything, since I already have a mob farm that's constantly farming cows, sheep and so on. So it's pretty easy to make a lot of cake. Plus it's a really good flour to produce mana. So yeah, that's the pillar design right there. Now on to building these other roofs. So I can store a lot more stuff up there, like for example, maybe more flora, if that's the case. But mainly up there is gonna be for crafting. Oh yeah, this is where I realized that I am gonna need more than one garden, for obvious reasons. So I decided to hollow out this back bit and bring out another garden like the one on the other side, which also incidentally makes the building a little more symmetrical. Also, I am trimming the garden with the living rock stairs, just so it seems like, you know, it's a distinct part of the structure rather than simply being part of the surroundings. Yes, so now I'm marking out the center, which is where I'm gonna make an arcane levitator as a means of getting up to the second floor. I know this isn't particularly the best thing to use, but I made it more for aesthetic reasons rather than function, because I already have the angel wings, so getting up steps wasn't really an issue. Yeah, I think it looks kinda cool. Yes, now on to the second floor, so to speak. Crafting a little more living rock. Now I'm using stairs to make it sort of reflection upwards of the ground, sort of. And also it incidentally gives me a decent place to put a balcony if I ever need to make more flowers. So, you know, yay. So yeah, now I'm trying to come up with a frame for the other roofs that are gonna come on top of the bottom area. So I'm keeping to the basic principles of what I did downstairs. Mainly the chiseled marble in the corners and the pillar-like marble on the edges. And now to sort of design the transition between two floors, which will have sort of a gap of one of living rock, and then the floor after will come on top of it, as you can see here. Yes, the continuous need to craft living rock was a bit of a pain during the build, I must admit. Yeah, I have to keep topping up the generator over there, so I wouldn't have to refuel my my reactor all the time. Yes, now here I'm using forge microblocks to design a trim for the balcony doors, but keeping it sort of very fine, but still very detailed. I'm using the marble pillars here, I think. Yes, the marble pillars. Now I'm putting some stairs just for ease of access mainly, so I wouldn't have to constantly jump over the steps there. But I think it looks cool. Yes, and some trimming on the inside. Now I'm gonna carve out some windows. And fill in the rest of the wall of the second floor, sort of. And put some trimming on the windows as well. Just to keep to the design. Yes, now I'm gonna start tearing up the floor to build the terrestrial agglomeration plate, which I need to create terrasteel. So I thought, you know, since I'm already building, might as well design a place where it can go. Yes, now I'm taking some coal coke to produce a little bit more mana, so I can craft the actual plate that goes on the multi-block structure. And making some runes, which are a little bit of a pain to make, but I guess it's doable. Water rune, earth rune, and the air rune. Excuse me. And now the fire room. And the plate is ready, so you just plunk it down. Craft 2 mana petals, make a spark, and you're pretty much done. Okay, so I skipped the part where I installed the mana generating setup. Temporarily it's just endo flames, which are not that bad, considering that I have a very good source of fuel, which is coal coke. They generate a fair bunch, although it's only good for a beginner system. So here I'm crafting some terra steel, which I'll be needing to construct the Elven Gateway, like so. You need 2 Natura pylons and the gateway core, some glimmering living wood, and basically you just lay out the frame according to how it says in the book. Now, the neat function about the book is you can press this visualize button and it just sort of places a ghost image of the build so you can follow, which is, I think, was pretty helpful. Now to make some more sparks, so I can eventually feed mana into the pools and keep the portal running. Now, onto building the 3rd floor, which is up. Getting some more marble. I'm glad I saved up a lot of marble for this, because it would have been excruciatingly painful to collect that much. Yes, so I'll detail the floors later, because as you can see, I'm gonna be building out some higher platforms, so to speak, which are basically gonna be 2 more small gardens, sort of. Yes, keeping the design I used for the main building. So again, I'll pretty much go on the same principles as the garden below. It has the trimming, this living rock stair trimming as well, just to make things look a little more even. Thickening out this, because eventually I'm gonna be making a bridge there. Yes, and up here I think I'll basically construct some more generating flora, sorry. Like, I don't know, more Kekimurus or thermal lilies, because those are actually quite good, considering I have a pump feeding from the nether. And also I have infinite lava generating in my basement, but that's not the point now. This is basically just there so I can not look at it and see it as though it's floating, you know? Make it look like it's an actual structure. Repeating the same thing on the other side. And then I'll add a little more support, so to speak, like so. I think it looks alright. Plus the connected textures really makes it look flowing with the rest of the build. Yes, this system is basically connected to my AE system, which you can see in the main building over there, glowing with all sorts of pretty colors. It basically connects a logistic pipe so I can bring out how much I want from whatever distance I want to ender chest. So that's it for today. I hope you like it. Please subscribe and give a thumbs up, and I'll see you for next episode.